What is up, explorers? We are back on another abandoned adventure, and today we've come to North Wales to explore this absolutely amazing Victorian building. This place has been several different businesses over the years, and all the evidence of what they once were still remain. So if you enjoy exploring abandoned places, stick around on the channel, hit the subscribe, hit notifications so you don't miss any future explores. And with all that said, guys, let's enjoy and explore this absolutely amazing abandoned building. Let's do this. In the heart of Bangor in North Wales stands a building constructed in 1909. It began its life as the city's main post office, a vital part of the city's daily routine, but over the time the building evolved. By the late 90s, it had become a nightclub called Rivive, a cornerstone of Bangor's student nightlife until its sudden closure in 2013. Inside, the building tells a story very few have witnessed. Much of the nightclub remains exactly as it was left, DJ equipment, renovation tools and paperwork all frozen at the moment the doors were locked. But concealed behind the club's walls lies something far more unusual. A complete dentist surgery abandoned with all its equipment still inside, and deeper still, sealed off for more than 25 years, sits the remains of the original post office. Untouched since the late 90s, a single building, three eras preserved together by silence and time. A rare and forgotten time capsule in the centre of Bangor. Join me as we step inside and explore what remains. Okay, explorers, so we are inside the old Rivive Nightclub here in North Wales. Gonna take a look around, see what remains. I believe this place closed in 2013. It also has some extra hidden parts, which I am very much looking forward to showing you guys. And it makes no sense to the rest of this building, but very interesting. So we begin at the front entrance here. You can see all overgrown outside. The main front gates really does show you how long this place has been left. Look at that. And we are at the reception area here. The big double doors leading out into the club there. I suppose this is where you'd check your coats in. You can see some hangers over at the back there. Don't really see that anymore, do you? But as I said, the old Rivive Nightclub. Let's take a look around. You can see the decay on the floor, look, debris, rubble, mould coming up the walls. How rusted that beam is across the top of that door. Tiki bar, we'll check that out. Crazy. TV's still on the wall, look. How on earth? It does look like it's been stripped out. Even snooker balls, look, still in their packaging. A few tables. You can see that the optics have all been ripped off, and so have the pumps on the bar. Marble bar. Black mould coming up the walls. As we said, the decay, the ceiling's dropping into a second bar. It looks like a huge place. Here we go. There's no year on that, but here's the rugby. As we said, this is a uni town, so probably had sports bars mixed in, everything else. Maybe a second entrance here into this bar area. Saturday dance anthems. Buy two, get one free all night. But the bar completely ripped out. Mirrors You can see cobwebs hanging down into the main bar area here, look. The main part of the club. There's a cobweb running right along me. But look at this huge circle on the ceiling. The lighting. DJ booth. Even screens still left here. Cobwebs hanging over the entrance of that. All the electrics. But only seeing this in torchlight gives a completely different vibe. Wow. Seating areas. Can you believe all this is left? A bar area. Pumps and optics all been removed. But you can see the logo fading away here. Crazy. More seating areas. That's out to the front entrance where we began. Heading down to these back stages. Look how rusted all those chairs are. Wow. Is this like a rave area? Look at this, there's huge skylights. Absolutely filthy. But back here, fridges, look. Guessing for the drinks. These have all been removed from behind the bars. Broken glass all over the floor. And look at these out of the kitchens. Sinks, bain-maries, huge golden mirror. Can you believe all this is left? Just covered in bird poo now. Jeez. Hundreds, if not thousands of pounds worth of stuff here. This is what makes me think this was an outdoor bar kind of vibe. The bar area here. Posters, embassy.co.uk. Wellies. The sinks. Little bit of vandalism there. Glass all broken. But there is so much left here, look. Even the pumps. Still on the bar. And look where the skylights have broke. Just the water coming through now, the rain. Even on the floor here. But look how much is left. This would have been pretty cool. Not really sure what the vibe was like for a night out in Bangor. If anyone has been, can you let me know? But I feel like this would be a pretty good night. All the tables left, look. All been pulled out. Oh wow. Even the tills. Even all the tills are still here. What? So nothing's been removed. It's literally just been brought into here, out the way. Strange. But as I said, there is so much to this place. And bits that even the people that came here would have never seen. And that's what I'm going to show you. There's a part of this building that makes no sense whatsoever. Let's head over, see what else we can find here. VIP bar. Let's see what the VIPs get. They get a broken up old bar. Couple of leather sofas. A mirror. Hardly worth it. Look at that dripping coming down now. Ceiling's in complete disarray. A complete mess. Another tiki bar. Huge jugs. Get your cocktail at the bar. Cheeky wicked slushy peas. Ugh. Still pretty cool. Okay. Another entrance or fire escape. But we're gonna head through this wall now that's been damaged, pushed through, and we're gonna head into a pretty crazy part that I suppose not many people have seen. Think thin. Okay, we're through. And look at the difference. The decay in here. Broken windows. Bird poo everywhere. More cobwebs. And coming through, check this out. Old desks, completely separate to the nightclub now. This looks like it's been boarded up a lot longer. Look at the decay around this door. The door's moulded shut. All the paint peel has a bit of a different vibe. The little lighting chandeliers hanging. But check this out. This is strange now. We've come into a completely separate building. We're in a dentist's office now. And look, the machine's still here. The seating still here. How crazy is this? Thousands of pounds worth of equipment. See the poster up on the wall there? The cupboard's all been pulled out. Doesn't look like there's much in the cupboards, but we do have some left on the top here. The little spitty cups. Just in this box. But how crazy is this? Even the equipment. Ugh. Coming into the next room, the doorway covered in cobwebs. And check this. Even more dentist equipment. The chairs left. Even the dentist chair. Screens. The spit bowl. But how wild is this? That it's just all left here. Strange. You can hear the traffic outside. They have no idea that this old building is just left here, frozen in time now. But how crazy that they've literally just left the equipment here. Like, this can't be cheap. Ugh. A rotten pigeon. Now we are going to head upstairs now, where it is a lot lighter, so we can have a way with this torch. It's all boarded up, that's why we've needed the torch so far. Gym equipment. More seating. Just all left. Oh, a basement. Let's check this out before we head up. Oh my days. Still water. Jeez. Just shows how long the building has been abandoned. Wow. Look at that. Don't think we're going to be swimming in there today, guys. So we're going to head up. Hopefully we'll have a bit more natural light. But how crazy. A nightclub and a dentist. All rolled into one. See what else we can find. Okay, heading up these stairs. You can see how old and dated the carpet, the wooden banisters. Windows still open. Check this out. Ooh, the floor's a bit sketchy here. Another dentist chair here, but not assembled, still in the packaging. More equipment. Looks like there's been building work here. There's helmets, electricals, all just left lying around. But the size of this place really opens up here. Another window there, just completely open to the elements. The thing is as well, the thing with these old buildings is they become listed. So any external things that need doing to it, like windows, become nearly impossible because they have to match the exact windows. Sometimes that glass or the people that made those frames are no longer in business. So it becomes such a ball ache to try and renovate these places that often when people are trying to do it, they either run out of money or it's physically impossible. And that's why some of these buildings just get left like this. Storerooms. Oh my days. Check this room out. Wow. So much better with the natural light. But once again, perfect condition. Dental chair. The equipment's still in here. Is that to wash your mouth out? Wow. The lights. How is this just left? Not sure what these are. I'm sure that's to like wash your mouth out, innit? But just completely left perfect. And you can see around it the windows and the walls, decayed, debris on the windowsill here. You can see how long it's been left. Just by the cobwebs and dust everywhere. Another dead pigeon. This place is full of dead birds. Barman. What the hell? Maybe security at one point. Just left a pack of ciggies here, like. But look at this. Wow. Like I said, how is this just left? Thousands of pounds worth of equipment, thousands of pounds worth of stuff from the nightclub. Wow, just left here. And the thing is, we have another third of a building to explore and see what's left there. Wow, it's crazy. Right, heading back down these old corridors. And look, you can see bird poo literally rinsing this place. It is everywhere. You see the decay at the top of the stairs. We will check that out. Skylights. So, upon the bit of research that I figured, this part was an old post office originally. Before it was a nightclub, before it was the dentist. This whole building was the old post office. I can't believe that all this is left. I'm not 100%, we will look into it. It really does have that government office feel in this part, like the post office would. You've got the false ceilings, the standard blue tile carpet. I wonder if we looked up there, would we see any original features? You can just make out the old covings. I hate these drop ceilings, they're bloody disgusting. So boring. They're literally the death of architecture. And look at this, these plain white magnolia walls covering up this absolutely beautiful Victorian tile. Why on earth would you do that? Crazy. And as mentioned, the standard blue tile carpet covering an amazing parquet flooring. As you can see in this section though, it is complete disarray, decay in here. Maybe this bit was closed off. And you can see how it originally was now. The wooden flooring, the covings, all just covered up. The curved corners of this. How did they even do this, you know? How did they curve the tiles? I have no idea. The original windows, you can look through and see the ferns growing through the old slate. When we go, it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see what happens. I do feel like this bit may have been closed off. Some parts at least. They've just painted all that amazing tile black in this room. A crime. Now that purple's telling me that that heads back into the nightclub, so let's check up upstairs. First, this huge staircase. Beautiful windows. Wow. The decay really showing in this part. What's through here? The door's locked. Post office, see? You can see a dead seagull through there. I'll see if there's another way through. Hopefully there is. There's another staircase heading up. Wow. Ferns growing through the beams. This part looks like it hasn't been used for a long time. We are now in the corner of the building. You can see by the shape of the room. Maybe somebody's living room. Was people living up here maybe? Not sure. Big table on the floor there, giving circus vibes. Wow. The mould creeping up the walls. The old radiators there. This is crazy to see how it's all just left. Oh, we're on the other side of that door now. Dead seagull. Bangor University. Cheerleaders. Okay. We'll do it. Okay. That was easier than I thought. The floor's completely popped and bowed here. The parquet flooring's come up. This is definitely an office. Ooh, poor seagull. But look at all this left. Payroll. Health and safety. See if we can see a date anywhere. Trying not to show any, you know, if it's personal information. There's some bank statements here. I'm just looking for a date. 2005. Look at all this just left. People's information. Electrics. Old telephones. Just all left. Backed up onto CD maybe. Even tins of beans. Oh my. How long have they been here? They have literally perished. Where's the lid? Oh my. This is horrendous. I've never seen tins rust away like that. They must have been here for such a long time. Even got washing up, still on the side. This is the staff room, isn't it? Definitely feels like it. Empty fridge. Anything through here? Wow. See where all the parquet flooring's popped and come up. The mould, paint peel. What on earth? Shower, bathroom. Did somebody live in this part? It's a bit strange, isn't it? Curtain still up. Giving like a bedroom vibes in here. I mean, we've even got the drawers and lamps. A wardrobe, I'm guessing. Old wardrobe. Some glasses there too. Very strange. Staff room, living quarters. All part of the old post office section. Not really sure what's going on there. So we've got the nightclub, the post office and the dentist all in one building, all abandoned. And we've even got another floor to head up, so we'll take a look up there and see what's left. But this is wild that all this is left. What is going on here? Okay, heading down the old corridors. There's a lot more bird poo here. It feels like this place has been abandoned a lot longer than the rest of the building. All the electrics, internet access. Wow. But you can see how decayed it all is. Even the plaster's blown off the wall, look. And you can see all the size of this place. Yeah, this definitely feels a hell of a lot older. Look at the moss growing in here. You've got the moss, the electric fans. What a contrast. The old Victorian style radiators. I just made that up. That might not be Victorian, I don't know. But the parquet flooring in here is completely warped. Covered in dead seagulls, pigeons. Looks like more office rooms. More dead birds. False ceiling. Ruining the aesthetic. But even the old phones here, like air phone. Mad to think the world going on outside. Whilst I'm wandering round what you could describe as an old time capsule. Just hidden away here. Bathrooms. Oh, there's a stench in this one. That door's probably not been open for a long, long time. Everything's mouldy, dusty. Okay, so we're at the top of these old grand staircase. Wow. The walls are literally green. There's plants growing out of the walls, just above the electrical sockets. Like a scene out of Jurassic Park, almost. Mission vision board. The post office, year 2000. So I'm thinking, have these buildings all gone abandoned at different times? The dentist feels older than the nightclub, so did the nightclub close last? Obviously the post office is closed first, because they do have such different vibes. The amount of decay and mould in each section seems to grow. Definitely feel like the nightclub was 2013, as we did pass a calendar down there. Not sure on the dentist, I think was that 2003? And then this part is 2000, so this part's been abandoned for a quarter of a century. Ooh, look at this. I mean, these old metal stairs. No exit. Are they solid? I'm happy to head up if they are. They feel pretty solid. It's a big drop if they're not. But look, the ferns growing up out the walls. Maybe even if the stairs are solid or the floors. Oh, I'm a bit sketched out here. Okay. Oh God, we're out on the roof. Oh. Okay, so we are on the roof of this old Victorian building now. So it looks like we've covered pretty much everything. The basement was non-accessible with the flooding. So it looks like we have the nightclub, the dentist, and even the old post office. And as I said, it looks like they've closed in that order as well through the years. But this is crazy. How is this all just left abandoned in the middle of a North Wales city? Especially a uni city that has quite a big population. These seagulls are going to attack me, I can feel it. So I'm going to head down now, get all my cinematics, get photos for Instagram. Make sure you're following at adammarkexplores. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. But wow, what a place this has been. Crazy. Let's head down. From post office to surgery to nightclub, this building has lived more lives than most. And there are many more forgotten places just like this. So join me next time as the exploration continues.